Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Today we are in a special place with a lot of history. We are in the famous Guadalest touristic village. Let's go and enjoy because there seems to be something really fun going on. Let's go and explore. We start today's video right at the parking lot, which is where usually all the excursion buses are arriving, and it's where people are leaving their vehicles before they head down to explore Guadalest. If you will be choosing us to make a private tour down Guadalest village, if you don't know which one it is, check it on our website. You have the whole entire itinerary right there and all the information that you should know beforehand. And we will be parking the car right here nearby and starting the tour on this exactly same place. Today is a special day for Guadalest. It's their saint celebration, which is why the orchestra, the youngest of Guadalest, came here, and they're putting some firecrackers. I think they're putting some firecrackers and starting the orchestra, starting some music and going down different main streets of Guadalest. Not that there's many of them, but still you can hear them from any single point. And we will also have the bell ringing during today's video. This video is extremely special because we will be going to places I've never ever filmed for you guys before. We'll be heading to the main noble home, which leads to exclusive entrance towards the castle of Guadalest, the castle of San Jose, which is where you're not able to go unless you purchase the ticket. Here is where locals come for a cold water, not to drink it. It's not for drinking, it's more for refreshing themselves or taking some water for the laundry, which is why it was here in the first place long time ago. On the entrance to Guadalest, there is an amazing place. This is an amazing local shop where you can purchase everything that is locally made, from jams, local honey, nísperos, cream or liquor. Níspero is a fruit that I've showed you in the videos before, which is great quality fruit that's been grown here in the region for centuries and centuries. It's like the most popular fruit that you can find out here. One of the small squares with the shade of the trees and buildings. It's where both locals and tourists stop for a second to get some drink, refreshment, ice cream or any kind of snack. Here we have one of the many museums. This is a historical museum of medieval torture. Incredible place, but it's not for everyone, definitely, because a lot of people say that the vibes inside of it and like the energy that it transmits is not for everyone, so bear that in mind. Guadalest before was considered the village with the biggest amount of museums. They even have a Guinness record for it per amount of people living here. Sadly, after pandemics, many of these places have closed down. There was some gorgeous museum of salt and pepper, like these small bottles of salt and pepper, you know, with different drawings, different themed ones as well. However, right now it's not the case anymore because they've closed down probably a month or a month and a half ago. They didn't say anything to anyone, and this place just disappeared. We don't know where they went, but it was the biggest collection here in Europe as it is. Many shops here sell typical things made in this region, and this here, for example, sells typical clothing. Some of them are made of linen. They have a lot of metal works as well, which are crafts, like handcrafted things, and bags and accessories made out of natural plants materials as well as leather. This here is from where we start to really enjoy the views of Guadalest, something that is extremely famous for, because as you all might know, it's situated really high up in the mountains. It's around half an hour to come here from Benidorm town. And even though it's so far away, let's say it like this, comparing to other destinations, so far into the mountains, from here you can still see the Mediterranean Sea and the beach area. Right now is Tuesday when we are filming this video, so on this day is when big amount of excursions are coming here. Since in Benidorm there are a few guides that do provide like big excursions, you know, when you get the entire bus of people that you don't know coming to the same area, and there is a guide that is going with all this big group. They have like a planned scheduled visit, and usually they travel only once or twice a week maximum. With us, you do have 7 days a week. Whenever you want, we can visit Guadalest village or any other area of your preference. You can see on the top the ladies and gentlemen, the guys and girls from the orchestra are still right there in front of us. And today is definitely going to be a busy day. On every part of Guadalest, you also have these type of stands where you can read some more historical information about Guadalest. If you want to know when it was first created, what happened with the castle, how much did it actually suffer through the years, because it's absolutely incredible. And there you can even see a tiny bit how the bell is ringing non-stop. Right now it's already an automatic mechanism that they're just turning on, and the sound of bells being here in the mountains with these gorgeous and incredible views is something special. If you've not been to Guadalest before, I know it's slightly difficult to get here unless you have a rented car, unless you have a private tour with us or any kind of tour in general, or you get a taxi. There is no comfortable way of getting here. But if you want to explore it, check our official website, because even the videos, I've heard it a lot of our subscribers that had official tour to Guadalest mentioned that even though we try our best, as well as many other people who film Guadalest, we try our best to show all the beauty and how exceptional and special this place actually is. But even so, even having the best quality camera does not provide the same sensation, the same feeling when you are actually here, which is something unforgettable. Just look at these gorgeous views. And bear in mind that if you will be visiting Guadalest, you need to bring a bottle of water with you. You need to bring some sun hat, something to cover your head a tiny bit, although there are many areas of shade. And please bring comfortable shoes, because here all the pavement are rocks and they're extremely slippery, which is why in a lot of areas here you have to even take with a hand a tiny bit, you know, the rails and like the stones, because I've seen a lot of people fall down in this area. The small 8-meter tunnel is bringing us directly towards the castle space. This is the main museum of Guadalest. This is from where you will be seeing how noble people, how fancy people, rich people if you wish, were living here in the 16th, 15th, 16th and 17th centuries, right before the government has taken this place and transformed it into a historical part of our region. Inside you get to see a lot of interesting things, paintings of Guadalest with different visions of different artists, authentic old document, some special occasion accessories, and authentic Spanish kitchen that was used back then and how it was looking like, which will lead you into a gorgeous terrace from where you will be able to enjoy incredible views of the turquoise blue Guadalest Lake. This is an artificial lake that's been built in order to maintain the maximum amount of water possible to make sure that the region receives the water throughout the whole entire year. In summer, there are even solar boats passing by this river. We continue down numerous rooms right here because before in Spain, it was extremely popular to have every single area divided by walls and doors. And this is how richer families were living back then. There are big windows that give us a glance towards the entrance to the castle. An incredible library full of thousand, even more than thousand of authentic books that this family used to read back then. There are even smaller windows that provide us still very nice views, and this place right here is where the visit towards the official castle as it is of San Jose is starting. This is a brand new refurbished part of this house that suffered quite a lot the previous centuries. And this is the official entrance. This is like a stairway that they've fully rebuilt. It's made from metal, starting from at the end of this point right here, as you can see. So there's a lot of stairs. If you want to go to the museum and fully enjoy, which is what I recommend, if you are able to climb the stairs, please do so, because this is absolutely astonishing. This is the highest point in Guadalest, and this is where the most spectacular views are located. This is from where all the famous pictures of Guadalest and surrounding area are actually being taken from. This is the main museum where we came inside in order to check all the building, and right now we're going to the outside part. Actually, at almost this very moment, we are kind of crossing the tunnel from where we came towards the castle. And there are many viewpoints. The castle itself is practically gone. Only like the cement and the base of it, this castle is still in place, because this region had many invasions, had many conquerors passing by this area. So obviously it all suffered. But the higher we go, the better the views are getting, and we're really happy we're able to show it to you today. You can even stop for a minute and enjoy everything that you can see from here. Guadalest village is really small. There's slightly less than 400 people living here during the whole entire year, but in 1 year more than 2.5 million tourists visited, and you can actually see what a huge difference there is between how many people live here and how many people visited each and every single year. The small chapel, which is where we could have seen the bells ring, and this place is my favorite. This here, let me zoom it in for you. It says, "Wanderer, stop a while and think of the marvelous works of God and of your short passage on earth. Guadalest begs you to respect its deads," because on the top of it there is a cemetery, which is where a lot of also noblemen, a lot of marquises were buried and are still there. But also slightly newer times as well. So many people who are here from the village are also buried in this very place. So it's not like a closed cemetery, it's still working. But the part of it to say how short our life is makes you to start a reflection. Just stop for a second and try and enjoy every single spectacular moment of our lives. Downstairs, we can see the small streets of Guadalest, which is where we're heading right now. We've been at the San Jose Castle. We've seen a couple of viewpoints out here. The part of a cemetery, obviously out of respect, we're not going to be showing it, but you are able to go inside and towards the highest point of a castle itself. And this is the exit door. You just need to push it up front, and that's basically it. It makes a specific sound, you can hear it, And then one by one, you will exit it. There's some more stairs and like a small metal fence, which brings you directly inside of the, let's call it like a village center, central square of the village, which is where the local school is located of basic education, which is where the municipal hall is located as well, and which is where the prison was located back in the medieval times. This building right here, on the bottom of it, you can actually even see how the prison was looking like. There are some restaurants and cafeterias out here, and this part is probably the most popular of all. These are the most popular viewpoints because you do not need to pay any money to go inside. And actually, the fruit that we've just passed, these trees with some like purple type of fruit that kind of look like raspberries, but they're really thin, like longer ones. These fruit can be eaten. These ones are like a real food, real berries that Spanish don't even know anything about. Almost none of them know that it's actually something that you can eat during your day-to-day life. I'm gonna try and put you some picture here of the berries that I actually mean right here on the screen. And meanwhile, this is where you have all the information about the lake of Guadalest. There is a specific circle that you can actually go around the whole entire lake, like a ring hiking place. And it's about 10 kilometers, but you can do it. And there is one specific place at the back of it, which is called the beach of Guadalest. And it's where you can access the water. It's suitable for swimming, and in summer they even do contests for swimming, one for children, which is a short one, and one longer one for adults, back and forth, which is around 900 meters, which is absolutely great and fun. It's also ideal for paddle surf. And if you will be here in the hottest months like July, August, this is when usually the solar boat was running just to enjoy, stop for a second and discover the views. A lot of shops here sell typical Spanish things. This shop, for example, here in front, San Gregori, they sell regional products, and they even give you to try some specific like sausages and specific things that they do from deer and wild pig. I'm not personally a fan of this like rare meat, not something typical. But you can try it out if you're curious about it. There's also honey here and typical liquor of Nísperos. And if there's not a lot of people around, they can even let you know something extra, something new about the region that even some of the local guides don't even know anything about. So don't be afraid and visit these shops, because you will be surprised how many things you can actually discover in there. There are also many leather bracelets out here, leather bags, even like synthetic leather but made locally. A typical house of the 18th century of typical workers, like a working part, not fancy part of Guadalest, just usual people who were working for the rich house. There's another museums of micro miniatures right here, where you can see things written on the grain of rice, a lot of curious things. These museums are still open, but they are actually paid. It's not a lot of money. It's around from 2 to 4 euros per person. However, you can explore many things, and this for us is our most favorite souvenir shop ever. There's so many things out here that the head simply explodes because you don't know where to look. There are natural minerals, there are exclusive things as decoration for your home, there are natural soaps. There are typical Spanish plates that are hand painted that you can use for the food, or like something special, to put on a special occasion on the table. Gorgeous lamps right here, typical wooden ceilings, and some great paintings here available as well. And this is a part where you have typical Spanish plating and accessories for the kitchen. Look at how marvelous they are looking like. I would grab one of these myself if I could, maybe for our future home. This is the amazing and touristic Guadalest village, only around 20-22 kilometers from Benidorm town. Really big prominent curves here in the mountains. It's a hidden gorgeous village that you need to visit, and today we were able to show you some souvenir shops and even a full tour down the old castle, or better to say what's left of it. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video, and maybe this will be the future destination point for your next visit on holidays in Spain. And if you would like to have a complete full tour, because there are still quite a lot of places here that we did not see, museums and a few extras, let us know and check it out here on our official website, and we can organize a personalized tour for you guys. Thank you all for accompanying us today, and we'll see each other in a new video tomorrow. Bye, dears.